What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'll be doing another LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2015 Avengers Age of Ultron set review, and this time I've got the Hydra Fortress Smash, and the set number for this one is 76041. The recommended ages are 7 through 14, and it has piece count of 405, while the price point is $49.99. And yeah, so this set is actually the only set to have Quicksilver and Baron Von Strucker, and this set is actually currently only showing up in Toys R Us, but apparently, according to LEGO Spring Catalog, it'll also be showing up in LEGO stores soon. So apparently this set is a Toys R Us / LEGO store exclusive, so I wouldn't be expecting it in stores like Target or Walmart. But yeah, so this is the second to last Age of Ultron set review. We've only got one more after this, and I apologize for this review coming out a little bit later than I would have liked. I wanted to get this review out like 2 or 3 days ago, but personal stuff has been happening that has been preventing me from doing any recording or any editing or any painting for that matter, so I've been unfortunately not that productive these past few days, but I'm here now. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so starting off, we've got Captain America in his new Age of Ultron suit, but I've already gone over this minifigure in the Quinjet City Chase review, so definitely check that out if you want my full opinion on this minifigure. But I think it's really, for the most part, I think the torso is fantastic. Absolutely love the design on the torso. I think it's really accurate and honestly perfect, and the same can be said for the back of the torso as well. I think the torso printing, the design work, it's all really great for the torso. I really dislike what LEGO did with the head in general. I mean, yes, the details surrounding the face is pretty nice, but the face design and the fact that they still didn't fix the skin tone is still a problem. That really sucks. The Captain America shield has now been changed over to the bright red color and is no longer dark red, which makes it less movie accurate, and it just looks really weird, so I disagree with that. There is still no leg printing. It's overall, aside from the torso, a pretty lame minifigure. But once again, if you want to hear my full in-depth opinion on this minifigure, definitely check out the Quinjet City Chase review. The same thing will be for the Hulk later, but I'll definitely show him in just a minute. But without further ado, man, let's check out Quicksilver. Our Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver minifigure, I think, is actually pretty decent. The only problem I have here really is the fact that they could have probably just used a white Luke Skywalker hairpiece, but they did not. Instead, we got a white skater hairpiece, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, it works. It's really not that bad. It's just the clear choice, I honestly think, would have been a white Luke Skywalker hairpiece, so they did not use that. They gave us the skater hairpiece, but if you can live with that, it's honestly a really fantastic minifigure overall. And if we go ahead and remove this hairpiece, so to give you a look at the face, this is a new printed face. Now, honestly, I don't really think LEGO should have given this minifigure a smile by any means, even on the alternative face, because he doesn't look like he's going to smile at all in the movie. Him and his sister Wanda are very dark characters, it looks like, in Age of Ultron, so I mean, I don't really think this is appropriate. It's okay, it's just, I don't really think a smile works for Quicksilver, but if we turn the face around, you can see we do have our aggressive facial expression to make up for that, of course, and it looks really awesome. I honestly think, given that I paint faces, I do notice things like this. The little black splotches within the mouth are a little bit too big. I might fix that, but regardless, it is still a really nice new printed head. The torso is really nice. I absolutely love the mesh that LEGO was able to print on here. That entire pattern looks really great, and the same can be said for the rest of the design surrounding it. Very accurate to Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver suit in the film, and then the exact same can be said for the printing on the back of the torso. Now, honestly, I'm not really sure if it should have been, if they should have used this like torso piece here that is obviously, of course, molded in this color, but I mean, it's still pretty nice. I mean, if you can get past that, the color is a little bit too vibrant for Quicksilver. His outfit, I think a sand blue color like Baron Von Strucker would have been much more appropriate, but if you can get past that, this minifigure is honestly exactly what you would have expected from a Quicksilver minifigure. So I think this minifigure is really great. I'm really glad that we finally get a Baron Von Strucker minifigure. I'm really glad that LEGO was able to squeeze this minifig into the set, exclusive or not. He is actually exclusive to the set along with Quicksilver, but I think the minifigure is nice. The torso is great, having the Hydra symbol there, the utility belt, all the surrounding design. The same can be said for the back of the torso. The torso is great. It's just my only problem here is the fact that they made the face look a little bit too much like the Baron Strucker we know from the comics and not like the actor we see portray him in the film. And I say that because, I don't know, it's just the eyes and the mouth, they just really don't seem to work with me, honestly. I mean, it's okay. I think the eyeglass is great. The wrinkles, all those little details, they're great. It's just the eyes and the mouth, they just really don't seem to have a lot of likeness toward the actual actor who portrays him in the film. But I mean, if you're going for a comics version of Baron Strucker, I think it would have been a fantastic head. But it's really that's honestly a nitpick, and you can get past that very easily. It's still a fantastic minifigure overall. He does have Loki's scepter, which I will show later on in this set what its purpose is, and he also includes an alien conquest gun, but I kept it out of his hand because honestly, the less I think you guys see of these guns, the better. So taking it right back out of his hand, that's really it for this minifigure, actually. So I mean, I'm just really glad we actually have him in a set. Our Hydra Henchman minifigure actually falls in that category of things that we are unfamiliar with from these Age of Ultron sets. So I really can't comment on the design of the Hydra Henchman because we have not actually seen this design or any Hydra soldiers sporting this design in the trailers. I mean, we saw some Hydra soldiers, but they didn't really look like this. But I mean, the design, regardless whether it's actually on screen or not, even though I'm sure it is, looks really awesome. awesome. Absolutely love the gold and purple plating he has on the chest there, the utility belt, the little bit of winter camo on the front there, but he has even more winter camo on the back of the torso there, the Hydra symbol, even more gold and purple armor. I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be. We'll have to wait until we actually see these guys on screen. You can see he's got the standard dark brown hairpiece. You guys have all seen that hairpiece before. And if we go ahead and remove it, though, you can see that the visor he has going on here, his goggles, or if you want to call them those, they look really awesome. I absolutely love the tiny little marks Lego has going on there for the shine effect, and that looks great. The surrounding design outside the visor, or goggles, once again, whatever you want to call them, looks awesome. If we turn the head around, actually, he's got I guess a face mask that comes down over, or maybe the entire thing transforms into a face mask. Once again, I have no idea, but whatever this is, it looks really awesome, and I love the design. It even reminds me of a Warlock from Destiny. He kind of looks like that, but it's still a really cool minifigure. I mean, he probably could have used some leg printing, but I mean, once again, I can't really comment on the design other than what we can see here. It looks really awesome. Alright, so same situation for Cap. I have already talked about this big fig on my Hulkbuster Smash reviews. Definitely check that out if you want to hear my full opinion on the new Hulk big fig, but I think that the olive green color really did fix this and makes it look way closer to the skin tone, that the Mark Ruffalo Hulk has in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The new design for the hair is way better. The new print for the face is awesome. Same exact articulation for big figs that you can always expect, the articulated arms and the articulated wrists. He now has printed toes, and they're not engraved into the feet, and then he has printed pants as well, along with some really nice design work on the front of those. So yeah, aside from the color, I think aside from the color of the pants, I honestly think this big fig is close to flawless. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the minifigures though. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the actual set itself. So scooting the minifigures off to the side and putting the box aside as well, the Hydra tank is actually kind of small, and it only has like 2 playability features. I mean, unless you count the fact that it can roll as being a playability feature, but I think we might have actually seen this in the Age of Ultron trailers. I can't really say for sure. We didn't really get a good look at the vehicle, but we did see some Hydra soldiers on top of what looked to be like a gun, sort of like this, firing up into the sky at God knows what in the middle of the snow out in the forest. So I mean, maybe we've actually seen this in the trailers. There's no way to actually tell unless we see another trailer or actually see the film itself. So but regardless, for this set, even if it's not from the film, it's still pretty nice. And yeah, so those playability functions include this main gun, which obviously fires this cannonball, which actually has a pretty nice print on it. And so you fire that at the Hulk by just pressing down on the sides of the front end of this pincher piece, these 2 Technic pincher pieces. So you just squeeze the front, and then there we go. And last time I recorded this clip, he actually went down. So I mean, it is possible that you can knock down the Hulk big fig. But yes, that is the main playability function. You do actually get 2 of these in case you miss. So that's a thing. And then the other playability function we've got with our Hydra tank here is basically this little 2x4 white tile. You push this down, and the entire thing, the entire top half comes flying off. So you can disable this this cannon. So basically, if I were to try to demonstrate it with the Hulk big fig, it's kind of hard to do unless you really kind of do that. So you kind of have to put a little bit of force into it. But yes, you just push down on it, and due to a little Technic hinge that's in the middle of this thing, the entire front hood can come completely. The thing just folds up, and if you do it fast enough, obviously this thing comes flying off. So yeah, there's that, and then the ball just fell off the table. But yeah, you'll notice there are a couple stickers with this. Actually, 4, I should point out. We've got the main Hydra symbol on the hood there, and then inside we've got a little control panel piece, and that's a sticker there too. And then we've also got the numbers 318 on both sides of this thing. So yeah, other than that, you got some headlights attached to some 1x1 clips, and they're just you have some cheese slopes for those on the back, and then the front headlights are just some clear studs. So I mean, overall, it's a pretty nice little vehicle. It's obviously not exactly the most I don't know, it's not incredible, it's not like amazing, it's not mind-blowing or anything like that, but it is still pretty cool for this set. So there you go, that's pretty much it for the Hydra tank. So the whole premise of this set is that Hulk and Cap are trying to retrieve Loki's scepter, which is within the Hydra Fortress, and then I guess Quicksilver, Baron Von Strucker, and the Hydra Henchman are all trying to stop him, because if you guys, it's kind of a spoiler that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch aren't exactly going to be on the Avengers side in the first act or 2 of the Avengers Age of Ultron. But yes, this entire thing has a bunch of playability features. We'll start off with the main gate. Just to point out that no entry sign right there, that is in fact a sticker. And yeah, so the premise of this is you're supposed to take the Hulk, use his feet, and then push down on these tiles that you see here to send these 2 gate pieces flying. Obviously, the gate piece, if you don't want to do that, can be opened and closed, and that's obviously they're on hinges. But yeah, so you just push down on it, and then the entire thing can kind of break off. I mean, it doesn't always work, as you can tell, but it is pretty effective regardless. And if you smash the other one tends to come down as well, as you just saw. So it's actually pretty effective, and I think that's pretty awesome, actually. So yeah, there's that. You have a couple of dark red leaf pieces. I've never actually had these pieces in dark red, so that is definitely pretty awesome. But then on the top there, you'll notice that we do actually have the main gun gun that Baron von Strucker is actually meant to be manning. And so what that is just pretty much a really fancy looking stud shooter. The main playability function of it, obviously you have a couple stud shooters on the front. If you don't know how stud shooters work by now, you just push down on the levers and then the studs come firing out, and they're actually very effective. They always have been. And so there's that, and then the stud shooter's gun. So rip. But then in the back here, you can see we've got a lot more going on here. This is where Cap's role comes into play, and basically you take the super jumper included with the Hydra Fortress smash, and you take Cap, you put him on it, and then what the whole idea is, you're supposed to actually hit this little like these two transparent blue discs that are attached to these Technic pieces, and then once those come up, then the entire containment cell comes flying open, and then you can retrieve Loki's scepter. So if I were to try that out right here, you can see it's actually pretty effective and not really that hard to hit. So that's actually a playability function where super jumpers are actually fairly effective, which is definitely a surprise. And then you got a little lightning piece attached to this clip here, and you've also got Loki's scepter obviously inside of it, and that's pretty awesome because now obviously, as I pointed out in my Avengers Tower review, Loki's scepter does now have the little gem, the mind gem inside, plugged into the top of it. So that's pretty awesome. Loki's scepter attached to a clip in there, and that's pretty much the premise of this entire set. Now, one other thing about the main gun up there that I almost forgot to point out is that there is actually a little Technic piece here that holds it in place. So you can use the super jumper once again to knock Baron von Strucker's gun out of play here. So I mean, there's not really a way you can really attach Baron von Strucker to it. It's not. I mean, you can kind of like have him. It's kind of complicated. But the way you disable it is you take a Cap and then you just use the super jumper, and you obviously you have to take this little Technic piece and fold it down. But once that's folded down, you can actually knock it down fairly easily, just like that. So super jumper is actually very effective in this set because the set itself is small and you don't really have a lot of distance that you're aiming with here. So that's pretty nice. But other than that, that's really it for the Hydra Fortress Smash. For the set itself, it's actually, as a playability, as a small little play set, it's honestly the most functional playability set that I've seen in the Age of Ultron sets so far. So this is actually really awesome. And for 50 bucks, I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch. It really is. I think 40 would have been a little bit more reasonable, but I mean, if you're willing to spend that 50, you definitely get a pretty decent amount. Obviously, the exclusive Baron von Strucker and Quicksilver minifigs are a huge plus and probably half the reason most people are buying this set. And so I think for 50 bucks, yeah, like I said, if you're willing to make that $10 stretch, I would say this set is definitely worth it. And not just for the minifigs, but for a very effective playability, play set. If you've got if you have any someone who's younger who wants to play with your set, there you go. That's what I was trying to exclaim there with the words that come out of my mouth hole. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the Hydra Fortress Smash. And now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the box instruction manual. This set does not include a comic, extra pieces, and we'll wrap up this review. The box of this set is the expected size. But you can see we've got a pretty nice graphic here of the of Cap and the Hulk facing off against everyone in this set. In what appears to be a similar scene to the snow scenes we've seen in the Age of Ultron trailers so far. We've got all the minifigures down here in the bottom right corner, the Avengers Age of Ultron logo down in the middle, and then in the top right corner we've got Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, and Thor in all their new Age of Ultron suits, and then we've got Cap and the super jumper sporting the actual size reference along with the rest of the minifigures on the top of the box, and then on the back of the box we have all the playability features that I just went over along with some pretty nice renders of the actual set. I guess they're not really renders, they're more so like PNGs, but I mean for the most part, really awesome box and definitely gets the job done. It's not, okay, stay. The first instruction manual for this set was actually for the Hydra tank, and it's a 51-page build, if I'm not mistaken. If we can flip right there, you can see number 51. And then on the back here, we've got an advertisement for Lego City, which we've seen in a few of the Age of Ultron sets, and then the main Age of Ultron set advertisement, excluding this set. So yeah, there's that on the back of the instruction manual for a change. And then the second instruction manual is for the Hydra Fortress itself, and clocks in at a 74-page build, man, just for the Hydra Fortress alone. So yeah, they've got all the same playability features that were just shown in the back of the box. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, it's there. That's it. The extra pieces for this set are actually pretty awesome for one reason, and that reason being we've got an extra Loki scepter, which is pretty sweet. I don't know why this is necessary or why LEGO does this, but I'm pretty sure they did this with the old Avengers sets. Can't remember, but it's still pretty cool to see this trend continue if it ever was a trend to begin with. We do get an extra printed cannonball piece for the Hydra tank, as I already mentioned previously, and then the rest of the extra pieces are really just a lot of cheese slopes, studs, 1x1 plates, and connectors, and then obviously we get the little devious face that goes inside stud shooters. So yeah, man, extra pieces. But without further ado, though, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the second to last LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2015 Avengers Age of Ultron set review. Your suit is weird. They like me better. Shut up! You're really slow, too. Hey, where are you going? This is your father. Wait, hang on, man. Alright guys, and there you go, my review on the Hydra Fortress Smash, the 5th Age of Ultron review that I have done by now. Like I said in the start of this video, I've got one more after this, the Hydra, the Avengers Hydra Showdown, I believe. So, yeah, but if you enjoyed this review, maybe found it informative, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below and or your opinion down in the comments, man, because either of which really go a long way and definitely mean a lot because it takes a lot of recording and editing to do one review, and I usually say that at the end of most of my videos, but that... I'm not kidding. That's why I usually post on the Twitters, the book faces, and the Instagrams more, which links to all three of those down below as well, because, like I say, again, it's just way easier to post a photo than it is to fully edit and record an entire video, which takes hours and hours, man. So, yeah, that's why I always recommend that stuff, especially when I am, when I have like a little, like, 2 to 3 day lapse in content like that. But, yeah, Hydra Fortress Smash, only set with Quicksilver and Baron von Strucker, and so I think the set is definitely pretty great for 50 bucks, as I've already said. Maybe 40 would have been a little bit more reasonable, but regardless, it's still a pretty nice set. So without further ado, though, I think I'm going to end it off there, and I'll catch you guys later. All right. Bye. On the inside, you... damn it. Fuck. All the price point is $59.99. Wait, that's not right. What? On this big fig in my review on the Quinjet City Chase. Nope, that's not the set he was in. The Hulkbuster Rescue Mission. Nope, that's not the name of the set. The Hulkbuster Smash. Gosh, damn it. Your suit is weird.
No, your suit is weird.
Guy, I'm recording skit audio. Do you mind?
Oops.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What? I'm recording skit audio and you just like step in.
Yeah, it was improv.
Guy, you suck.
Okay.
Is that, you are both miracles. They're actually mutants. No, you can't say that!